From some crazy copyright lawsuits to some complicated beauty enhancement technology, here are 10 things the film industry doesn't want you to know.
Hey guys, this is American Eye, bringing you another great video.
But first, we'd like to thank all our fans out there for leaving us these great comments recently. Let us know about some secrets the film industry isn't letting us know about in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 10. Movie ratings. Each day you go to the movies or see an ad for a movie, you'll come across a movie rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. These are supposed to be guidelines on who's able to see what and what kind of content is suitable for children. There are 5 different ratings. G means everyone can see it. PG suggests that everyone can see it, but some content might not be suitable for children. PG-13 means you must be accompanied by an adult if you're under 13 years old. R rating means you must be 17 years or older to see it, and the dreaded NC-17 means no content is suitable for anyone under 17, not even with an adult. But has the MPAA been slightly hypocritical about what is suitable? Film critic Roger Ebert claims that the MPAA is emphasizing too much on nudity for determining a rating. Basically all it takes is one nipple and the whole movie gets slapped with an R rating. But there are some exceptions. Number 9. Big movies, lower rating. Graphic movies such as Dark Knight with intense depictions of violence can still get away with a PG-13. Disney seems to get away with quite a bit of dramatic violence, like we see in The Lion King. I mean, like, who is still not traumatized by that? It appears as though if it might affect a rating on a major movie, the rating might get lowered. There's also the scene in Beauty and the Beast where this guy falls off a cliff. Movies like this are given a G rating. But if someone shows their butt, it's an automatic PG-13, if not an R rating. Take Titanic for an example. The scene with Rose could have easily slapped it with an R rating. This could have potentially been worth millions of dollars for the filmmakers. The MPAA is calling the shots if necessary to increase profits or support their agenda. Number 8. Lights, camera, blood. Trying to make a movie without all the crazy special effects back in the 1980s was a little bit difficult. So in order to get some cool footage in those times, the movie producers had to get a little bit up close and personal in order to make the movies as realistic as possible. The American adventure movie known as Roar didn't use fake blood when filming. What you see in this movie is not special effects. All the crazy scenes of people getting bit by lions is real, and it's been deemed as the most dangerous film shoot in history. The staff consisted of 2 elephants, 110 lions, tigers, cheetahs, leopards, cougars, and jaguars. Controlling all these animals was pretty much impossible. Everything about this movie ended up being a failure, and the producers actually lost money from it. Number 7. Unfair cuts. It turns out that the reason prices at the movie theaters for popcorn and drinks is so high because the movie theaters themselves barely make any money. The profit split between the movie theaters and the movie production crew is usually about 80%, while the rest goes to the movie theater. As a few weeks go by, that might adjust to a 70 and 30% split, but it depends on the movie. For some bigger releases such as Avatar, the cut was 95 to 5%, and the film industry controls all this. If the movie theater disagrees, the film companies no longer have to sell films to that company, essentially ruining their business. If the theater no longer has films, how are they supposed to make money? The film industry has several platforms to launch their movies, and the theaters are more dependent. Number 6. IMAX screen cleaning. IMAX screens are extremely large and can go over 100 feet tall. The surface collects a large amount of dust, spiderwebs, and other creepy crawlers. People expect the best picture from IMAX cinemas, so it's no wonder the screens must be cleaned often. You might have not noticed this, but this takes a lot of physical work. Either that person is going to need an extremely large dustbuster, or they're going to be harnessed to the top of the 10-story screen, alone in an empty theater. This bizarre gig can actually land you $50,000 a year, but it's not without its risks. It takes this person his whole 8-hour shift to clean one screen, and they'll usually go late into the night when the theater's closed. They claim to find all kinds of crazy things stuck to the screen, anything from nacho cheese to whatever is sold at the concession stands. You have to wonder if they tell the girls they meet that they work in the movie industry. Number 5. The cost of a movie. The reason the movie makers want a higher cut is because it costs a lot of money to make them. Do you think it's cheap to hire Leonardo DiCaprio? Even Chris Tucker might cost $25 million for Rush Hour 3. It was only 3 months' work, and it was a fairly successful movie at the box office that took in $600 million. The movie cost about $140 million to make, raking in $420 million profit. Modern movies typically cost about $35 million on average. It typically takes half of the profit from the ticket sales to use for marketing the movie. So if it costs $200 million to make the movie, about $100 million will be used for marketing. Mega movies such as The Pirates of the Caribbean, which use many digital effects, combined with stars like Johnny Depp, opt for a crazy amount if you think about it. Johnny Depp films have grossed a total of $8.3 billion, which is more than the annual GDP of Ethiopia. He himself could be worth about $200 to $400 million. The famous director Steven Spielberg is worth a whopping $3.7 billion according to Forbes in 2016. Number 4. Disney will sue you. This started off as just a myth, but it turned out that Mickey Mouse is watching and you better not dare to try to show his image or he'll sue you. Disney found out somehow that a teacher had a 5-foot-tall mural portraying Mickey Mouse and other Disney characters at a daycare in Florida. Disney told the school that they better cover it up or they'll see them in court. We heard they got pretty good lawyers over there, but you know what he looks like. They said they were not obeying trademark copyright laws and they couldn't show Mickey Mouse without paying up. It was stated that Universal Studios actually did this because they wanted to stir up a little bit of drama and give Disney a bad name in Florida, where the two both have theme parks. Universal then came in and said you guys can use our copyrighted characters from our company free of charge. The movie theme park competition is no joke, folks. Number 3. Everyone is altered. You really think movie stars look all that great with no makeup on? Or without going under the knife? Probably not. Sure, it's normal to wear makeup, but what else do they do? Skilled digital artists use highly specialized software which allows them to enhance certain features. You might have noticed it a couple times with Angelina Jolie. This is known as beauty work, and it can be done during post-production, enhancing not only the face, but also that body. Many claim that this has negatively impacted beauty standards of modern society. Every pore follicle, every wrinkle, any imperfection just digitally removed, creating almost perfect digital actors of flawlessness. With the media creating unrealistic portrayals of beauty, many people will feel self-conscious about minor imperfections. The practice was for a while only reserved for Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise type stars, but with technology constantly advancing, everyone could be a hologram. For example, Tom's face might not be perfectly symmetrical as you can see in this photo. But that's okay, with some adjustments, he look good as new. Some claim that the movies from the 1930s to the that have been re-released with digital enhancements, and many feel like they're ruining the originals. Movies that have been re-released with digital enhancements have been criticized, with people feeling like they ruined the originals. Number 2. Fake reviews. Have you ever heard rave reviews about certain movies, but then when you actually go watch them, you think they were just a bunch of garbage? Well, that's possibly because they were given fake reviews. Many of the movie trailers will show reviews saying things like stunning, mesmerizing, breathtaking. The truth is, though, it costs a lot to actually market these movies, so they just really don't give a darn if they're lying. You think they're gonna show bad reviews during a movie trailer? Definitely not. Critics are often suckered into reviewing movies with plenty of free perks that come along with it, if you know what we mean. In other cases, movie studios have played footage of what looks like your ordinary auditorium full of moviegoers. But the truth is, though, they were all actually employees of the movie production company using footage for promotional purposes. Many of the movie reviews are simply just fake news. Users on Reddit have claimed that their day at work often consisted of making fake accounts to sites like IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes and publishing biased reviews. And number 1, plagiarizing. It's clear many Hollywood actors have no respect for the law, and many box office hits have been accused of plagiarizing. Shia LaBeouf has even been accused of plagiarizing the script for one of his short films and went on to apologize for his actions. During the Cannes Film Festival in France, Shia's film, HowardCantor.com, was praised until it went online in 2011. The original creator came out and pointed out all the similarities.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
There have been a few cases of Russian films being plagiarized, such as Avatar and The Martian. They think that just because they're across the world that they won't notice. The film The Hunger Games is accused of copywriting from a version of Battle Royale from Japan. The film The Matrix was also accused by people who claimed that they sent their scripts into the studio for review, but without the powerful lawyers they needed, the case just became rather complicated. It was only settled for a relatively small amount. It's hard to imagine that all these movies were completely original, despite the conclusions for most court cases.
Any suggestions on future videos? Let us know in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature your video next.